In the studio with me from the Information Technology Empowerment Center, the Executive Director, Kirk Riley. Good morning.
Morning. Good to be here.
Thanks so much for coming in. This program is fascinating. Let's talk about the overall program first. Explain what that is.
Sure. iTech is a Lansing-based nonprofit that operates a network of after-school learning centers focused in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. In particular, iTech puts the T in STEM. We have programs in robotics, digital media, game design, all designed to show kids that this kind of learning can be fun, engaging, but they're also doing programs where they're actually building a robot and learning how to program that robot.
That's amazing. And where do these take place? Where does this all take place?
Sure. It takes place mostly in Lansing School District schools after school, as after-school programs, and mostly aimed at 4th through 8th grade students, simply because that's where they tend to lose their interest in STEM. And a big
That's
part
where
of
we lose
iTech,
our girls.
Yeah, a big part of iTech is to keep them engaged in that kind of learning through 4th through 8th grade.
That's awesome.
We also operated a lot of community-based locations. We're headquartered in the Foster Community Center on Lansing's east side. We have a lot of classes. You can go to our website and sign up for classes. But also the YMCA, Capital Area District Library. So we are out in the community in addition to being in schools. We're at these community-based locations.
And how do the students connect with you?
They connect with us when it's in their school. They connect with us through the school, meaning they get a sign-up sheet and they get something to take home, and mom and dad think about it, and they think about it, and they decide to sign up. The community-based locations, we are advertising with them, so it goes out with the YMCA, catalog and so on, so that they can sign up there. But a way to find all of this, all of these locations and all of these programs is through our website, to go to our website and look to sign up there. Now,
at each location, are they learning the same things, or are they learning depending on who's teaching them?
Yeah, let me give you a couple examples. We have new programs in Raspberry Pi and in 3D printing. And I brought Raspberry Pi is not what you're thinking. It's not something that's edible. It's
when you went to go get it, I thought, wow,
miniature
he must
computer.
really want like his pie.
And I'm hoping that this is something that can be seen here. It's a miniature computer that you can hook a monitor up to, a printer. You can hook a wireless or wired network to, and it is everything that you need except for the monitor, all in a $35 computer. So if you sign up for Raspberry Pi, you get to take home a pie, this non-edible kind of pie. And so you get to take home a computer that you can use at home. And you're learning Minecraft, which is hugely popular with kids right now. And also next to me, I have a Bulbasaur, a Pokemon character. I walked in the door a few minutes ago, and the lady at the front desk immediately said, "That's a Bulbasaur. I love Pokemon." And it's a Pokemon character that was made with a 3D printer.
That's so cool.
So we offer classes in 3D printing simply because that's kind of the cutting edge technology learning right now. So what iTech does is bring these programs that everybody hears about, whether it's Raspberry Pi or 3D printing, and we bring those to at-risk youth in our community and show them this kind of learning, the fun, engaging learning that can go on with these things.
That's amazing. It truly is. Now, how many kids do you have involved in this at this point?
Sure. We have, in any given semester, we have somewhere between 300 and 400 kids. A lot of those kids, in addition to the things that I've mentioned, iTech does a lot of after-school math. And so we have a program called iMath. A lot of kids get excited about programming, but they simply can't handle the math. They're not going to be able to go on if they don't stay at grade level. So we have about 200 kids who are doing a full year of after-school math. So this is in addition to the technology-based programs that we have.
And that just sets those kids up even better to work with the STEM.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's incredible. And 200 kids, that's great. And these are kids that are interested in this. These are kids who are excited about this.
Yeah, a lot of times kids sign up for iTech and they don't really know, their parents may sign them up. They don't really know what they're getting into. And it's our job to show them that this is fun. The way you do that is you play to their imagination. They create something that is uniquely their own at iTech. And one of our kids said it best, Josh. He said, "I can't show you my imagination," and he said, "You can't cut open my head and see my imagination, but there it is on the screen." And so, and he designed a video game that showed his creativity and imagination. So that's what comes out at iTech.
That's incredible. Now, is there any kind of requirements to sign up for this? Is there a fee for this?
There's a fee for the programs at Foster Community Center and at the community-based locations. Programs are generally free to Lansing School District students in their schools.
Okay.
But there are scholarships available.
All right.
And so we have, a sliding scale based on need. But there is a fee associated with it.
All right. And this is through the city, correct?
We work very closely with the city.
Okay.
But we are a standalone nonprofit organization. We're a 501c3 in the IRS jargon. But we're our own organization. We started up in 2008, and it really was designed to address what was then a pressing need and is still a pressing need, and that is for qualified programmers. So iTech stands for the IT Empowerment Center, and our focus is really programming. Almost everything you do, including the Bulbasaur and the Raspberry Pi, you're learning how to program, and that's a key part of what we do at iTech.
And that is one of the things that employers have said. We don't have enough people that can do that.
Absolutely. That's true across the STEM areas, but it's especially true in IT and in programming, in coding. Yep.
That's amazing. Now, since 2008, you've been doing this. Have you seen kids go on?
We have.
To do other things? Yeah.
Yep. We follow them, and we see that they're going on to both academic and careers in STEM areas. We follow our kids through a partnership with Lansing School District.
That's great.
So the new thing or the event that we have planned, I want to briefly mention.
Oh, yeah.
On January 25th, we will be unveiling the newest initiative at iTech, and that is our technology bus called TechTransport.
That is unbelievable. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about
it. TechTransport says there are a lot of kids that we can't reach because there aren't computer labs everywhere in our community. And so we take the programs to them on our technology bus. It's a full-size motor coach bus that we've converted in a partnership with Dean Transportation, but also a number of other very generous supporters of iTech. And on January 25th at 10 a.m. at LCC West, we will be unveiling for the whole community the TechTransport bus. And I want to, right here and now, invite people to come out, see the bus in action. You can see from the diagram of the bus, if that's showing, the design is based on a space launch theme. And it really is taking something new to iTech kids, and that is, in a simulated way, of course, blasting into space and exploring, landing on planets, going through asteroid belts, returning, you hope, safely to Earth. We also can do, on the TechTransport bus, we can do all the programs that I described. It's basic, the Raspberry Pi and Minecraft and so on.
Right.
It is basically a computer lab. It's got a lot of bells and whistles, but it's a 12-station computer lab on wheels.
That's wonderful.
That goes throughout the community.
And so where will you go? Will you go to the community centers or will you go to other locations?
That's a great question. In a real way, we don't know everywhere we're going to go. But so far, we're going to Lansing area schools, both in Lansing and outside of Lansing. We're going to a number of community centers. We have a great partnership with the city, as I mentioned. So we are at Letts, Geyer Park, Southside Community Center, and Foster Community Center right now, even though we've not officially unveiled the bus. We are going to these community locations. But we will be taking this wherever there is a need, there is a request, there is a fee associated with programs on the bus, but most of that is covered through the support that we receive through our donors, or will be covered through that. And we are, as you might imagine, we are actively fundraising in order to make sure we reach as many kids with this bus, that it's on the road 6 to 7 days a week.
That's awesome. truly awesome. And reaching out to some of these kids that may not otherwise think that that's possible.
Right. That right there is the key. That, if you've never built a robot, how are you going to know that you're interested in robotics, right?
Right.
You just have never seen it. You've never had that opportunity. So a lot of what iTech does is expose kids to this kind of learning, and we let them say, I want to do this again. I want to do more of this. And if we are hooking them early on as a fourth grader, as a fifth grader, before they've decided, they only want to be, whatever something other than a scientist or engineer, we can get them involved in that and really shape how they see themselves academically and in terms of their careers. We ask them, what do you want to be? And a lot of times, a fourth grader, they don't really know. They've not given that a whole lot of thought. And so they don't know. And that exposure is really formative. It really impacts their sense of what they can do, their sense of the possibilities in life.
That is amazing because, like you said, most of these kids are not, they don't have this stuff hanging around at home.
Right, absolutely.
And they need something to do. Yeah. And just incredible opportunity for these kids. I mean, it makes me feel like Lansing's just going to explode, with these IT kids because they'll just get all over it. Yeah.
There's a lot of really wonderful things going on in Lansing right now. Lansing is really, over the past 10 to 15 years, has transformed itself and is absolutely going in the right direction. We're all pulling in the same direction. iTech is a piece of that change. It's an important piece because it's focused on youth. Oftentimes, these sorts of things are aimed more at high school students or early college students or all throughout the college years, or even after college when students are, graduating in something that there's not a huge market demand for, and they decide to retool in a sense. So iTech is saying we also need to do this with our youngest, and we especially need to do it with kids who don't have this kind of opportunity otherwise.
Great opportunity for them to stay in school, too.
Yep.
Through the end. That's amazing. How do people get more information?
Sure. They can contact us through our website, which is itechlansing.org. That's ITEC Lansing.org. No H in tech. Or call us, 517-708-4390. As I said, we have a lot of programs coming up in two places that are particularly easy to sign up for. That's at the Foster Community Center and on the bus. And so go to that website and look for registration, class registration, and sign up for right there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You bet.
So interesting.
Good to be here.
Kirk Riley is the executive director of the iTech, which is the say it again, Information Technology Empowerment Center. This is the Coffee Break on LCC Radio 89.7. It's your community station.